I was thinking about the better days. My youth so happy, my hair so nappy, had an afro.
Big up, everybody. On It's Premier League. We're here to talk about week 3 predictions, but then we're also going to flavor over the first 2 weeks and really just give our thoughts about what's going on. We've got a couple of guys who are late, so don't worry about them. We've got to kick on because it's already 3 minutes past 10. And so we want to get out of here before 11. Normally we run about 10 or 15 minutes over. But I just want to welcome back. We haven't seen Drew in a while. Drew, how are you? How's everything? How's Manchester City?
Look, last year was a roller coaster. This year started so much better. And then last week happened. We just can't beat Spurs. It's just shit.
Tell me about it. It's one of those, mate. It is absolutely one of those. 18 says, Drew, wow, he hasn't seen you in a while. Garfield, welcome back. Really, really tough time for you and Man United, but how have you been and how's Man United?
Well, I've never heard so many fish and chip jokes in my life.
Wow. It
is what it is, and I think the catalyst for that downfall was clearly Onana. I don't know. The guy's a fool.
Oh, you knew that last season, though. They spent 200 million and just forgotten the midfield and the goalkeeper. It's really strange. Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear me, Drew?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
No, Garfield's gone quiet. Garfield, we can't hear you. I think he's got his headphones on. We can't hear you, Garfield. Yeah, Garfield, we can't hear you. Is it just me or? Yeah, we can't hear you, Garfield.
I think Ruben Amorim sorted out the sound for him.
Can you hear me?
I think you need to. Yeah, I can hear you, Neil, loud and clear. Let me just try and put Garfield in and out. Garfield, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Garfield? No, I can't hear him. This happened to him last week, and then he put in his headphones and all was well. But I'm not sure. Yeah, he's going to try and go in and go out again. But yeah, Neil, I'll tell you what, let me put this thing down. Let me just shrink this.
Just getting it.
Yeah. Yeah, let me put that down so that I could at least see everybody before we start into week 1. Yeah, okay, Garfield's coming back in, so we might have some luck now. All right, Garfield, can we hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I don't know how much of that you heard.
We didn't hear hardly any. You've got your headphones on, right?
Yeah, but I've got my headphones on, but it's the sound's coming out of the iPad.
Oh, yeah. So normally just turn the volume down on that so it doesn't kick back. So what was you saying? We missed you there a bit.
Did you hear the Onana bit, the catalyst?
No.
Yeah. Well, I heard the start of it, but then it went off.
And then
right.
It went off,
so the catalyst for the downfall was obviously Onana. Obviously, clearly when Grimsby were hitting to his bottom left, and he kept going to the right or staying in the middle. But then when he did go to the left, he was diving over the ball and it was going underneath him to the left. So I don't know what happened there, but obviously Ruben's come out today in his gavest honest opinion. Yeah, he does feel like he wants to be there for 20 years. Then he says he wants to leave. And I suppose when you're on the sideline and you've got no control over the instructions they're ignoring, of course he's going to feel like it's human. You know, if I employed someone in my company and they weren't saying the right sales pitch after I've told them and they've got a verbatim script in front of them and they're still not doing it, of course I'm going to think, what the hell? What's the point in trying? It's just human nature. So, I applaud him for his honesty. But, obviously we've got the Mainu issue.
How do we fix it? I think is the main thing. How do we fix it?
Well, I want Mainu to. My two dreams are 100 million for Bruno in January.
Yeah, I'm actually glad to hear a United supporter actually say it.
Listen, I can dream, man. A dream. It's a dream, remember? It's a dream.
That's definitely a dream. Definitely,
It's definitely a dream.
What are you smoking over there,
He's their best
Garfield? What are
player,
you
though.
smoking?
Hey,
Brother's on some high grade, bruv.
Hey.
What's going on?
listen, it got delivered today, man. Pure relief, man. It broke me up, man. But, you know, Betis are pulling out of a deal which is literally half an hour old because he's begging for 3.5 million shortfall in his wages. But to be fair, if it was me, I'd save some of that 3.5 million, stick him in the reserve, see you later. Rasmus to Napoli is on as we speak. And that's all I want to speak about. Obviously, we know about Grimsby. I don't want to go there. Burnley, even if he loses to
What do you mean you don't want to go there?
If we lose to Burnley, we're going to win 3-1 against Burnley, something like that. But
Let's talk about Grimsby, man. Come on. You got to get your lashes.
Yeah, but this is it's called the Premier Preview. You can't see that.
Yeah, but you know what? Man, I have to take lashes.
Is it called the
the
Carabao Preview show?
You can't expect to come on here and not take your lashes, man. Come on.
Relax yourself. Relax, man. Just relax.
Bend over,
So anyway,
Wally.
that's my Premier. Obviously, I've given my results in, my predictions. We are where we are. If Mainu goes, right, you know, another dream for me, yeah? Mainu goes to Brighton on loan, yeah? Listen, hear me out. He goes to Brighton on loan, we get Belieber, because I am a believer, yeah? And then, because if Mainu goes on loan or is sold, if a midfielder comes in, he's going straight into the team. I want Mainu to stay. I want him to fight. That's what it's about. You can't just expect, just because it's a World Cup year, you can't just expect to come into the team.
Yeah.
But Bruno needs to come out.
The fact that you got rid of...
They've got that Portuguese connection. He needs to get over.
You got rid of Garnacho, which was my favourite player. Yeah.
On where? On FC26?
I mean, the thing is, Martinez from Aston Villa sat out all pre-season waiting for you guys to call. And then because there was no phone call, he just went back to Villa. And them guys said they were surprised when they saw him walk through the door. No one's come in for him. Personally, I don't know why. I think he's...
Yeah, but he played. If Villa wanted him to go, they wouldn't have played him last weekend.
They had no choice. They had no replacement for him. It's just baffling. As the guy's a World Cup winner. He's top 3 in the Premier League. It's baffling why nobody would come in for him. That is a steal.
It reminds me of Barthez. Look how he goes out and clotheslines players. Could be another issue in the changing room.
Yeah. He's top draw.
He is, but it's too much of a big character.
Neil, how have you been, and how's Liverpool?
I've been good. Has Liverpool been good? But just wait and see what happens with game. It's been good, man. We've won games. We haven't lost anything yet.
Yeah, but you're right. You've won ugly, which is good.
Look, 3 points is 3 points, whether you win beautifully or ugly.
Yeah, Neil. You know, at one point last week, when was it? When did we play? Was it Sunday? I can't remember.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, if we just hypothetically, I know it's like me dreaming again. If we would have won that, potentially we could have been above Liverpool if they would have drew that Newcastle game. That's how early in the season it is, and how things can change.
Guys, it's like we're just like 2 games in. Yeah, we're just 2 games in.
Exactly.
There's not much to say.
Yeah,
There's not much to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a couple games in. You know what I mean? Wait until we're about maybe 10 games in, then start commenting. That's my view anyway. Because at the end of the day,
I agree.
you know how the teams have played, you've seen how they played over a number of games, and you're going to get a real vibe for how they should carry on throughout the rest of the season. Yeah, I mean we've got defensive problems, and I know that. Yeah, if we get Gahey, then that might plug part of the hole that we've got. Yeah, the thing with Isak, to be honest, we don't really need him. Yeah, we don't really need
Yeah, I
him.
know you paid 90 million for Ikatike. I'm shocked.
Exactly.
I'm baffled.
And the thing is, if we do get Isak, yeah, before the transfer window shuts, because if it's not now, it'll probably be the January transfer window. But if we do get him, I can't even say that. Yeah, you know his name. He's going to be sitting on the bench a lot of the time. We spent a lot of money to put that guy on the bench. That doesn't make any sense.
What's going on with Isak?
Huh?
Yeah.
What's going on with Isak?
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, I don't know whether we've put another bid in.
It looks like Newcastle have got that German striker.
Right. I was just going to say they've just bought their forward. What? They've broken their record at the moment. Is it 69 million or something like that? 60 something.
Like that, yeah. It's more than what they spent on Isak as they've spent now. So
yeah. So they've got the replacement for Isak. Obviously, a couple of the owners went to see Isak at his home, but nobody's actually said what was actually said. Yeah, so we don't know whether they've talked him around and said, "Look, stay with us for another season or half a season, get into the team, score us goals, yeah, and see what happens from there." We don't know what happened in that conversation.
I would give, if I was Isak, I would give Newcastle another year and a proper because they talk about a gentleman handshake don't mean nothing unless it's on a piece of paper and signed.
Exactly. And the thing is, the promises that he was made from the last hierarchy, and they're not there now. So the new hierarchy going to go, well, we didn't make that promise with you.
Was it that Steers? What's her name? The woman Steers or Steele? I can't remember her name.
Yeah. The posh rich lady.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what her name is.
Yeah, but the bottom line is he was given promises by somebody else who's not running the club or owning the club or whatever you want to call them at this moment in time. The new guys are kind of saying, we didn't agree that. And that's the issue he's having. So they've now got this new guy. I don't know when he does his medical. Is it tomorrow he does his medical? But Newcastle now either have to sell him or keep him. But if they keep him and he doesn't want to play, they're paying a lot of money for a guy who's just sitting on the bench, not even wanting to come off the bench.
Have you seen Isak's injury history in the last 2 years?
Yeah, it wouldn't be like that because they would fine him. They would fine him and try and recuperate some of that money back. So he incurred penalties there. So at least they
I'll be completely honest. If I was Newcastle, I'm gonna be blunt about it. I would wait and see what the verdict is still in the Man City case, because if Man City win their case against the Premier League, it's open season. Newcastle can just go spaff as much money as they want.
Yeah,
they can make the best team in the world easily.
But at the same time, what you got to look at, you're looking at a player who's already said categorically he doesn't want to play for them anymore.
Oh yeah.
And that's the issue.
You drop him on and replace him though. He's unreplaceable.
But stick his arse in the reserves, man. I don't care.
You know, I would do that if I was Newcastle. Well, but the bottom line is, this guy, the way he's acting, he's not acting professionally. My view is, do we really want someone like that at Liverpool? Because if he goes, do you know what, Real Madrid will come calling, and then he does the same thing again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not.
So he's got a history of doing it as well, though.
He has, yeah. See,
yeah.
I thought that about maybe, but
you're breaking up. Hello?
You know, this guy would roll over and do backflips for Arsenal. Yeah. Then are you hearing me loud and clear now?
We're hearing you now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the Gyökeres situation was different because he was doing backflips for Arsenal. Like, I mean, it was crazy how he was just doing a no nonsense. Like for so long, it was just he just wouldn't quit. And so at first we looked at it as in, do we really want this guy? But then we realized how badly he wanted to be a part of the club. And then we just thought, okay, so it makes sense. No real big issue here.
But he wasn't giving his previous club, any issues like Isak, though, was he?
Yeah, true. Isak is it's crazy. I mean,
that's the problem. Isak, what Isak should do is, if he doesn't get sold, say sorry, get back into the team, get back playing, and then say, do you know, let's see what we can do at the end of the season. Yeah, because he's got to play. He has to play.
Yeah, because it's the World Cup. It's the World Cup, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can I just?
Let's move over to Andy.
Can I just big up my guy Lee Neal in the chat? Big up Leicester Massive.
Yeah, big up Lee. Oh, he's a Leicester fan.
No, he's a Forest fan. He's the one. That's the one I asked.
He's a Forest.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got to get you on there when we have another.
Yeah.
Right. We got to get you on, Neil. When we have another podcast, we'll have a Nottingham Forest fan. So
cool.
that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, Mr. Cox is gone.
Yeah, I think he was coming in to talk about our full, so he's for this time. Andy, how are you? Spurs?
I'm fine, and so are Spurs. Thank you, mate.
Look at the grin on Andy's face.
They've managed to buy a player.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So how?
Who did
so how is Spurs? Talk to us. Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking. I mean, I'm being a Spurs fan. You learn not to get carried away too easily. Obviously, 2 years ago under Ange, we were top after 10 games, and then look what happened. So, we had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years, and what we need is an injury-free or a not too bad injury season, and we'll do okay. I mean, I think we've made some good additions. Helena is a great signing, even if it's on loan. We've got an option to buy. Kudus and Siemens are like top class young players, very tricky. We'll wait and see whether Siemens can do it in the Premier League, but he certainly looked useful.
Is it Xavi you just signed?
Xavi Simons, yeah,
good player.
Yeah, he's a very good player, but there have been a lot of good players that have come. Yeah, so we're happy, but we'll wait and see what he does in the Premier League, because we have seen
Tottenham will do well this year.
I'm hoping so. We'll wait and see. But if we can keep Romero and Van der Ven fit, we've got a chance of beating anyone, because they don't concede many goals when they play. The problem is they've only played about 20% of the last 2 seasons.
For 3 years
and it just didn't work. This year we've just
Apollo, you're breaking up a lot.
How am I breaking up?
Breaking up. I'm freezing.
Yeah, hold on a second. I don't know why I'm breaking up.
You got Wi-Fi boost.
Broadband, man. Cheap broadband.
I don't know why.
This is what happens when you go plus.
No, my broadband. I'm with Community Fiber. I've got 1 gig of speed. I think I honestly I've been trying to change my PC this year. I think I've got to update my PC.
Bro, you're acting like dial-up.
And I've got my screens open to show them as well.
Remember the old mode?
Yeah, I've got my screens as well. So
they were terrible, man.
Yes, honestly, I've got 10 pages open up on my screen, so that's really what it is.
Close some of them down if you can.
I've just shut them down. I've just closed them down. But the thing is, I can see connection.
That's better. You're better now.
I can see that. No, yeah, I can see I'm monitoring the speed in the stream, so I can see that there is an issue. It's more so with StreamYard than anything else. Here we go. I'm back again. So, guys, listen, let's talk about week 1 in its entirety. I'm not going to put the graphics on the screen because it's a little bit slow at the moment. Drew, let me go with you. What stood out with you? Just do an overall review of week 1. Then we can do week 2.
Week 1 was it. Joy, it was a really difficult week to draw any conclusions on anyone. United
Really?
looked really.
Sunderland 3, West Ham 0? Really?
Well, yeah. Aside from the fact West Ham are going down, that's the one clear thing I think I can say right now. If West Ham stay up, I would be massively shocked right now.
West Ham will stay up. The 3 that came up will go back down.
I don't see it. I think West Ham are clearly the worst team in the league this season.
They've just signed a couple of players, haven't they?
Oh, they brought players in now, have they?
They've just signed Fernandes from Southampton for like 42 million or something.
Oh, wow.
And Mongassa or something from somewhere from France, Monaco maybe. But yeah, I mean that was about 17 million or something. So they've just spent 60 million, but I mean they need a lot. West Ham at the moment.
Yeah, so do Wolves, so do Brentford. They're the 3 teams in trouble for me. Go on, Drew. I'll let you finish off.
I don't think we really learned too much in week 1 because week 2 cancelled out a lot of what we saw that was good from teams.
Yeah. I mean, week 1,
it was just like night and day between the 2 weekends.
Yeah.
So everything we thought we learned in week 1 was kind of gone by the time week 2 came around.
Yeah, week 1 we got to look at the Leeds game as well. Leeds and Sunderland were the surprise scores against the teams that they were playing. We expected them to lose, and they didn't. They actually won. So Sunderland was obviously 3-1 with West Ham, and Leeds beat Everton 1-0.
At least Spurs were consistent.
Yeah, goals and a clean sheet. You can't answer more than that.
Everyone has a bogey team, Andy. Everyone has a bogey team.
That's true.
Just so happens ours is a certain team from North London.
And we are definitely yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Can't argue about that. Anything else to say on week 1, Drew, before we go to Neil?
No, because I'm too upset now because I've thought about what happened last week.
Neil, was there anything that stood out with you, like Palace getting a draw at Stamford Bridge, or was there anything that stood out to you?
No, well, it was obviously the Sunderland and the Leeds game, the Arsenal United game. I got a lot of to be honest, I got a bit more respect for United in that game, not because they were playing Arsenal, because they played well and they were really unlucky. Yeah. But I know what they're going to do is they're going to pick up their game against the top teams and then play really bad against the bottom and the mid teams. Mm-hmm. That's what I see. So I know when we go to United and United come to us, that's it. Forget the form on those games. Forget form. Whenever they play a top team, forget the form. Because they are.
Look at their record against Man City as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So United actually they were unlucky to lose that game, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. We did the game. Ashley Garfield was in the podcast with us here on 101, and we streamed the game together. And quite frankly, I had no idea how we won that game. I thought United were easily the better team, had the better chances.
That's how you won. That's how you won.
Oh, Nana wasn't playing in that game.
He wasn't playing in that game.
Yeah. But I mean, if he was, then we probably would have won a 2 or 3-0. Garfield, what was your thoughts on week 1? Was there anything that stood out with you, like the Leeds win?
No, I think Spurs are 3-0, 4-0.
3-0.
3. Yeah. 3-0.
Yeah. Then Man City, they whack 4 in. Obviously with Man City, we'll talk about the following week, but obviously it went downhill from there. But there weren't nothing. Liverpool did what they were going to do.
We struggled for a long time in that game.
Yeah,
they haven't played well in 2 games, Liverpool.
I know. I know. Also, just because Sunderland won 3-0 and have spent, I don't know, 100 million, it doesn't mean nothing. West Ham will come good. They'll come good, but nothing really stood out. There weren't no surprises in week one for me, apart from we knew the Arsenal game was going to go the way it was going to go, probably anyway.
Yeah.
And what about you, Andy? What stood out for you in week one?
Well, other than the obvious, which we've already discussed, from our point of view, well, City look decent at Wolves, but Wolves are really going to struggle this year, I think, and so you had to take that result with a pinch of salt, really. Liverpool obviously looks strong against Bournemouth going forward, and I think they're going to score a lot of goals, but they look defensively weaker than they have done in last season. I'd still be interested to see whether they get Gahey before the window closes.
Gahey's
I know.
Not the problem, though. He's not the only problem. The problem for me is Kirkes.
Well, he does. He bombs forward and he leaves a lot of gaps behind, doesn't he? And teams will exploit that.
He's Trent on the other side. That's what he is.
Yeah, that's probably why you had to let Trent go, because you couldn't have had both of them in the team. You wouldn't have had any defenders. But yeah.
What are your views on Forest?
So
Forest. Oh, sorry. We took to Apollo.
Anyone.
Yeah, go on, Andy. You go first. I
was going to say, well, when it looked like we might be getting Gibbs White, you did fear Forest a little bit because Elanga went to Newcastle, but they ended up keeping Gibbs White because that was a complete fiasco, and then they've brought in some extra players, and they're still talking about trying to do another deal or two before the end of the window. I think they'll be okay because they're quite good defensively. If they keep Murillo and Milenkovic, they're strong at the back. And it'll also be interesting to see what happens with Nuno, because he's fallen out with Edu, hasn't he, and Marinakis, and it's all they're talking about maybe Mourinho, maybe Postecoglou. I mean, they're talking
all employed. So
right now. So
sorry, I missed that.
Sorry, Mourinho's left Galatasaray now, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm interested to see where that goes.
I was actually thinking that he might go back to United.
Nah.
Well,
I could see that. Look. At the end of the day, Amorim, it's not working. It's just not working right now.
The thing about Amorim is he was wanted across Europe. He's a fantastic coach. Great, great, and sort of. I didn't see what did he put on that thing? I didn't see that.
It's about you smiling.
It's been a while, but yeah.
It says I've never seen Andy smile like this before.
But the thing about Amorim is he's a wonderful coach. He's got a great style and technique about him. But when you take on a club like Manchester United is one of, if not the biggest club in the world, certainly in the top three.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think if you're 39 when you take over that club, you're not worldly wise enough yet. You haven't managed in a top side yet to be able to take on that responsibility at that age, I think. However good a coach you are.
Arnie Slot, though, wasn't that the same for Slot?
Well,
same for all of them at top four.
I think the difference is Slot
when he took over Barcelona. He was younger, and he turned them into the most dominant team in Europe.
Yeah. But you got to look at Amorim, right? The bottom line is he's come to a club where there's a lot of problems with the players. Yeah. He clearly, whatever he's done, in the changing rooms, he clearly has got a lot of players that is not on his side.
Freedom fighters. The freedom fighters. They've gone now.
Yeah, but look,
there's only Mainu now who's trying to give it beans.
You're right. But the bottom line is what you got to look at is right. He's new compared to the players. Yeah, the players band together, whether they stay or whether they go. The ones who stay are going to stick together. If they don't like what he's done to their mates, it's going to carry on. It's just because he's got rid of what could be the troublemakers doesn't mean the trouble's gone, because you're still going to have the residue of the other players remaining. Look how this guy treated my mate.
My
He's
friend.
going to do that to me. He can do that to me next.
Yeah, like my friend in the chat, Lee Neal. I was speaking to him just before the show, and is giving him till Christmas, and that's when I've given him till.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's going to get that far.
Mourinho will be the next manager if it doesn't work out. He wants to
I
be
mean,
in
we all
London.
hope so, because that was hilarious for City.
No, he'll come. He'll come and he'll do well if he came.
Probably
He
would.
didn't
Yeah.
do well last
It's a
time.
system. It's a system that the players are used to, but now it's going to take them time to try and do a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3, whatever.
Didn't Marino finish second as well?
There wasn't it. That they were a long way behind City though. That was City's 100-point season, wasn't it?
Yeah. Everybody was a long way behind City.
Yeah.
The thing I don't think Mourinho personally has got what it takes to manage a top Premier League club and win anything anymore.
You know,
I genuinely don't.
I agree, because I think mentally, I think he's just gone mentally. Yeah.
I think it's the generation. I think he's from the Fergie Wenger generation, and they just lost it. They just don't understand the modern game, and I've said that for years.
I mean, you got to look at how he's acting and the way he is. He's a lot different to when he was at Chelsea, a lot different, and he's never going to go back to that Mourinho. He's never going to go back.
What's 818 on about? Feel so bad for Garfield, man. Why?
Oh wow, yeah. Explain that, 18. He's talking about Man United anyway. Right, guys. Let's move on to week 2, which we can put up here.
Week 2 was better.
Oh, madness, absolute madness. Right, what have we got here? So, first of all, for me, and what Andy said about West Ham, that is a crushing result. That's at home. That's at the Olympic Stadium. And that's just an absolute mess.
And they took the lead as well.
City, they did. The Tottenham City result just does not surprise me at all.
Potter's getting found out as a manager. He's getting found out.
Well, so is Unai Emery, because everyone, for the last 2 years, I've been hearing how good he is as a manager. Arsenal should have kept him, blah, 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 blah. And I honestly have not seen nothing from this guy. Nothing.
I mean, but to be honest, though, he had just as good a record as Arteta, really, in terms of trophies.
Well, he ain't had that for a long time. He ain't had that. And the thing is, you have to remember, Arteta's changed the culture and filled that stadium. Emery made the stadium half empty. There's a big difference. So it's about your results, yes, but it's about fan perception. Your challenge for Emery was like one thing. He had one job: get into the top 4 or win something, and he didn't do neither. And he wasn't the right guy. You know, Arteta did actually an interview before Emery did. They knew Arteta was the right person, but he decided to stay with Pep because he hadn't learned everything he needed to learn. But just looking at this guy now,
I still don't think he has learned it.
They've got Rodgers, they've got Ollie Watkins, they've got Martinez. So it's not like their team's been ripped to shreds, but they've just been dog awful. They have. I mean, I don't know whether you guys have watched any of their games. They've been absolutely awful. So I have no idea what he's doing. If he carries on like this, I think that this season Villa are going to find out that he's not the guy. He's not the solution for them.
He started last season slowly as well, though.
Yeah, well, this is the Premier League, man. There's no time to find your feet. You've got to hit the ground.
Yeah, but it was the Premier League last season. They started slowly, but they finished well.
Yeah.
Would it be fair?
We're only 2 games.
Would it be fair to say, Apollo, that you don't like Unai Emery very much?
I was a big fan of his, and I was one of the people that thought he shouldn't have been sacked. I thought he needed more
Because
time.
he's had 2 very good years at Villa.
He has.
They've been very
He's
good. They
also had
qualified for
some
the
very
champ.
bad starts in both those seasons.
He's done better than
But-
what everybody thought he was going to do at Villa.
Well, he's failed to
The-
get
the-
into the top 4 and get them into the Champions League. He's not
Well,
hitting his targets,
this year
guys.
they just missed out, didn't they? They just missed out. The
And the
season just gone.
concern for me, Andy, is that
Follow.
he's not hit on any of his targets, and he's got like 3 or 4 players who want to leave. So
Yeah,
what is going on there?
Well, they've got PSR restrictions, aren't they? He can't buy anyone, can he?
Exactly, and what you've got to look at Villa as well. Villa aren't really a top 4 side. Even when before he got there, they were never a top 4 side, and they're not going to be a top 4 side.
That's
So
not an issue because he was
58 really.
brought in to make them a top 4 team. That's what his goal. That's what he was there for.
But it takes more than the manager to make it. You've got to have the right players as well.
Not
And if your
necessarily
players
because they
aren't-
got into the. No,
How you
I
get
don't.
results, though? Players
Yeah,
that
he
want
got
to
them
get
into
you
the
results.
Champions League. Yeah, in the same way, he's under the same scrutiny as Eddie Howe. You get your team into the Champions League for 1 season. That's not good enough for a team. The expectations is that you get there, you maintain there, you challenge for the title, you make a good run in the Champions League, try to win it,
You know,
and a one and done year,
that is-
like
How hasn't done consecutive seasons Champions League qualification though, has he?
no.
Yeah, no. But what you got to look at, if it was a Scottish Premiership where it's a 2-team league, I'd say yeah, fair enough. But it's not. Yeah, this league is one of the hardest leagues, and to try and stay in the top 4 or get to the top 4 when you're not a top 4 club is going to be very difficult. You can't expect him to get into the top 4 and stay there.
100 million.
That's
no
the challenge.
carrots
That's the challenge.
Is a big incentive in it. 100
is,
million
yeah.
every time.
It is a big incentive. You've got to look at the teams above Villa that are going to stay in those top 4 places.
So there's 3 teams that definitely aren't falling out the top 4 anytime soon, and that's
Who?
City, Liverpool, Arsenal. But then you've got your Spurs, your Newcastle, even your Brightons now. There's a lot of teams around that.
If United get a good run, they'll be there as well.
Yeah.
Drew, I want to get your thoughts on what happened last week as well. But who's your dark horse for the top 6?
Dark horse to get into the top 6.
United.
Do you know what? Before Grimsby, do you know? No, I'm actually still going to say United.
Bro, just fix up yourself. Man.
I'm still going to say it. I think
Get
just
over it, man.
I loved it when the Grimsby fans were singing "Can We Play You Every Week" to Man United. That's it there.
Listen, do you want me to pull up some results, some bad results for you guys, if you want to go there?
No, I'd keep Onana away from the team
Come on,
altogether.
you ask your question. Just answer the question, man.
No, I'd say United are my dark horse for the top 6.
They are mine for top 6. If we get a midfielder.
Yeah, I think United have the quality there. It's just about separating the quality from the mistakes of previous ownership. Well, previous management structures. I think that's the big problem that they've got.
The thing is, Amarin's dealing with some of Van Gaal signings, Jose's signings, Ole's signings. He's not got his signings. And that will make a big difference because you can't polish a turd.
But that's what it's changed.
I'd say Agate's looked good since they got him in. I think Agate generally plays pretty much as you'd want him to. But it's the players around him. It's
Bruno. Bruno wants to play in every position. Bruno wants to be everywhere, and he can't.
But the other thing with Amarin's system, two of the most key positions in the 3-5-2 system is the wing backs, and he hasn't got wing backs that can do what he needs them to do.
The gaps are too big.
It's like weirdly, if he had, for example, Porro and Udogie, he would, because Porro was his, wasn't he, at Sporting Lisbon? He was his right wing back. If he had them and Man United would be a different team. they would be able to fly down the wings and he would be able to utilise the wing backs properly. But he hasn't got players that can do that, and I don't see how you can play his system and not identify that that's who you need to buy.
There'll be a
Maybe
couple of
change his
deadline.
system.
There'll be a couple of deadline deals guaranteed. You know what, man? They did it with Van Persie. They did it with Michael Owen. They did it with Berbatov. They have got something lined up, but it's obviously they're negotiating. The keeper Lemens has been left out the squad. He's going to either Galatasaray or us, or Fenerbahce or us. And the midfielder will happen, depending what happens with Mainu. Mainu's saying he wants to go now, permanently. Let him go.
Well, he said he wants to go on loan, didn't he?
Yeah, loan. Where does he want to go? He's not even got a team to pick. He just wants to go on loan to where? To Grimsby.
Well, he wants to play, doesn't he? It's the World Cup next year.
Yeah,
he wants to play.
Reserves if he's not happy.
Yeah, but he might. Yeah, but the thing is, we don't know what's happening in the changing room. There's a reason why he's saying that he wants to go.
No, because he thinks he's better than what he is. He's not. He's demanding.
The bizarre thing is that Amorim has said that he's fighting with Fernandez for a place, and that's a nonsense statement. Why can't he be fighting with Casemiro?
Right? The thing is, Bruno's his target, to fight for. But the thing is, he had his chance against Grimsby. We're rubbish without Bruno. We're rubbish with Bruno. We're rubbish with Mainu. So they're the two problems there.
But the thing is,
we would have been fine.
Against Fulham, you were that penalty away from winning away from home in week 2, which would have been a good. You already outplayed Arsenal in week 1, and then week 2
we're always doing that. We're always one shot off winning a game or one save from drawing this.
They were a penalty. They were a Cunha penalty away from winning at Grimsby.
Yeah, exactly.
Cunha missed the winning penalty.
Exactly. It's fine margins, man.
It's fine margins, yeah. So I hear you. So Drew, I hear you on that. I have to agree with you. I predicted that last season this team was going to finish top 4, and I fell with egg on my face on that one. But there's something there. I guess we had to see what they do in the last 3 days of the transfer window, Garfield. Neil, what's your thoughts on last week's results? Anything stand out for you? Yeah.
Not to be honest.
Your Houdini game against Newcastle?
Do you know what, right? Kirkes is the problem. Kirkes is the initial problem. I mean,
down to 10 men and they got no striker.
No. But when he's in the box, and the ball comes in, you jump with the opposing player. You don't like duck and try and hold the player down while he's jumping above you. That's ridiculous. That was just stupid.
Can I just read you some breaking news from Fab?
Go on then.
So, official statement from Real Betis. This is a joke. This is Anthony's going nowhere. There is no agreement for Anthony, and we've withdrawn the offer. We can't afford the fee, and the amounts that Manchester United must instead pay the player before the transfer. So basically, we've got to pay Anthony 3.5 million in difference in wages, or he's not going.
Oh wow!
That's the story of our club, man. We can't even do a deal to get rid of a player.
Yeah. So
well, you do what Arsenal
what happens when you're paying too much.
No.
What happens when you're paying too much?
Do what Arsenal did. Just pay off their contracts and say goodbye. We did that to about 5 players.
Yeah,
we ain't got the IQ to do that.
Yeah, we just.
I'll go back to what I was saying. So for week 2. We did the Houdini. We need to sort our defense out. If we don't sort our defense out, the Gunners are going to have fun on Sunday. Brentford was a result for me that I wasn't expecting for them to beat Villa 1-0.
Agreed.
Especially with losing the players that they've lost. He's practically gone anyway, isn't he? He's trying his best to get that Newcastle move. We'll have to see what happens in the last few days of the transfer window, whether he gets it or not. Burnley, Sunderland. I expected Burnley to win, to be honest. And then Leeds got a wake-up call against Arsenal. 5-0 drubbing. That was terrible for them, but they're going to struggle. To be honest, the three that came up will struggle along with Wolves. I can't think of anyone else who's going to struggle that badly.
West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham.
I don't think they're going to be as bad as those teams, as the other teams. They will be bad.
I think if Forest put all their eggs in one basket for Europe, they could struggle in the league.
They could do, but I don't see them struggling. As I said, like the three that come up, they are definitely going to struggle. Wolves are going to struggle. West Ham, we'll have to see what they do in the transfer window. To be honest, Potter looks out of his depth. Yeah, he was out of his depth at Chelsea because he changed his team. He changed the players so many times in every game. You know, I got a lot of Chelsea friends who are going on about how many times he's changed the combination of players that he's got. He clearly did not have a clue. He didn't know the team, which is why he tried so many different combinations, and they struggled why he did that. He will do the same at West Ham as well. He just has not got a clue.
Isn't it shocking that we're seeing a shortage of British managers just waning in the Premier League? It's absolutely turned on its head over the last 5 to 10 years. Absolutely shocking the quality.
Because a lot of them they're not given a chance, and there's a couple of managers in the lower leagues who do deserve a chance, aren't going to get a chance.
I agree with that.
Most of the teams now are looking at foreign managers, and the funny thing is, a lot of the foreign managers do not have Premier League experience.
Well, look at Frank Lampard at Coventry, man. He's flying.
Yeah, but come on, man, Frank Lampard, really?
But he was a top player. But part of the problem that a lot of the British managers have got is that most of them that are of management age now grew up in an era where British football was a little bit in the dark ages. It's only been over the last 20, 30, 40 years or 20 years, 30 years, that the foreign coaches have come in and the English players have started to learn from them. And I think you might see the next generation of English coaches with slightly more continental methods, and that might work. But the old style of English football just doesn't work these days.
Yeah, but you can't do anything against Liverpool and PGMOL, can you? Really? You can't fight that.
Liverpool. I mean, why are you bringing Liverpool up in this?
That's a cartel, man. PGMOL, Liverpool, man.
It's getting to something when the Man United and the Man City fan actually have the same opinion on something.
The Wars of the Roses are kicking off again.
So, Nick, thanks for your thoughts. Let's go to Garfield. Garfield, did anything stick out with you in week 2?
Yeah, I think Forest, because I expected them to, because Crystal Palace at home, they do okay. And bearing in mind what's going on off the pitch with Forest, I think, that's like a team that are together, regardless what's going on off the pitch. Liverpool, what a game that was to finish off. Brilliant.
15-year-old in the winning game.
I know, that goal as well. Oh, no PGMOL involved there, which is good. Chelsea on fire as usual. Potential top 5. Tottenham, I don't know about Tottenham. I don't know if it's Frank's doing, or I don't know. Frank's done something to Tottenham. I can see that. Wolves, as you said,
he's a quality manager. He's a quality manager.
Kuna's gone from Wolves, so they're going to struggle because obviously he pushed them forward. They ain't got another replacement to do that.
And Ait-Nouri as well.
Yeah, Ait-Nouri as well.
Ait-Nouri's gone to City, and that. I mean, they've lost their 2 best players, and they're now Newcastle trying to get Strand Larson as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
But a lot of teams are like that. Brighton's like that with the wealth of players they've lost.
Yeah, but Brighton's the one team that no matter who they lose, they always get someone in and they always play well.
They
Fulham's like that. Fulham lost Mitrovic, they lost Polina, they've lost. I mean, these teams are leaking talent and yet finding it difficult to get back to where they were, challenging in that top six, which a lot of these teams actually were. I mean, the only thing that surprised me was that Bournemouth didn't lose more than Dean at the centre back. I thought Antonio Semenyo was definitely a goner, but I'm surprised he's there. They lost Solanke to Spurs.
But Bournemouth have lost this summer. They've lost Heiston to Real Madrid. They've lost Savani to PSG, Kirkes to Liverpool, and Dango, whatever is Watara to Brentford, was it?
Yeah, it's a struggle for these teams.
They pretty much lost. I mean, they lost their keeper as well, didn't they?
They lost half their team.
Yes.
He's done. Yeah. I think he's done remarkably well here, Layla.
Yeah,
sorry, no, went to Arsenal, didn't he?
Let me finish going through these scores anyway. So, Villa in trouble because obviously Brentford have lost Mbeumo, not really strengthened, but they still beat Villa, but they were at home, so maybe that helped. Arsenal are Arsenal. I still think you're slightly short of winning the league this season. That's compared to Liverpool. If they get Isak,
no, it's not Isak. It's Gahey. We need defense. It's our defense that we need to strengthen up.
Yeah, because the positions that Virgil gets into, man, and these pirouette dances he's doing.
Yeah, but what you got to look at is with our wingers. Both our wingers are too high up at the pitch, and that leaves
too attacking.
Yeah, that leaves Virgil and it leaves Kanate. And Kanate, he's I believe he's on his way out. He's kind of like burnt his bridges because he was trying to get them to extend his contract. It didn't go his way. He threw a strop, and it was at one time it looked like he was actually going to go. So there are bad vibes there. Mm-hmm. And when you think about that, and then look at how we've defended and how he's played himself, he looks like he's going to get sent off. Yeah, of late, the past 2 games, he looked like he's trying to get sent off. Yeah, and if he does, we're screwed.
Let me just finish these. So Everton, right? Trust me, Everton are going to be very, very, very dark horses because if Grealish stays fit and then that cross coming in at 100 miles an hour, they must have worked on that because it was pinpoint shot goal. Yeah, that cross, I couldn't believe it. And he did 2. Well, the last one was a layoff, but still. If he can do that, Everton will be in Europe.
Give him 5 games.
You know my thoughts on Man U Fulham. We don't need to go there. And that's my review on match day 2.
What about you, Andy? What's your thoughts?
On match day 2, I was really intrigued by the Newcastle-Liverpool game because, I mean, you watch that any other time, Newcastle win that game quite comfortably. I mean, the reality is, if Isak had played that match for Newcastle, it could have the score could have got ugly against Liverpool. But they stayed in it for half an hour. Newcastle absolutely slaughtered Liverpool, and it could have easily been 3-4-0. But they didn't have anyone to put the ball away. Yeah. And then Liverpool, great goal from Gravenberch. Fair play to him. Yeah. I don't agree. I know what Letsy's feelings on it are, and I know Gordon's apologised and all the rest of it. I don't agree that it's a red card myself. For me, that's not a red card. But the modern game, I accept that the way these things are interpreted now, they say it's a red card. I don't think there was any malice or intent from Gordon there. It was just the problem for him was he went at speed. He went at speed. But if you watch, he pulled out. He did because he drops his. If you watch, he drops his foot just before he makes contact. But unfortunately, it's him dropping his foot that makes him catch Van Dijk's calf.
On his calf.
He tried to pull out. He tried to pull out, but he was going at too. He was going at too fast speed.
Pull out. You can't pull out at that speed. You cannot pull out that speed.
You know, if you ran up to someone on the street and did that, running that fast, that would be like nearly GBH within 10.
You can't. That's something you can't pull out.
The point is, he was trying to go for the ball, but then he realised he wasn't going to get there, and he drops his foot. My opinion, that's not a red card.
He went in with his foot too high anyway. He went in with his foot too high anyway, right? And when you look at the scratches from his studs on Virgil's calf, I know. There's no way he pulled out on that.
But I don't think there was any intent on Gordon's part to go in like that. You can tell when someone goes to do someone.
For you to say that, you got to know what's going on in the player's mind at that time. Yeah, right. We don't know. Only Gordon knows whether he meant it or not. Right?
He wasn't meaning to hurt Van Dijk.
I don't think that should be the case. I don't think most players go in looking to hurt someone. But
I think there's a few of them out there that do. But
there's a few. I'm saying most don't. But Gordon didn't have control over himself. Therefore, for me, it's a red.
Yeah.
Because he isn't in control of what he's doing.
Exactly.
If you was talking about Bruno Guimaraes or Joe Linton, then we're having a different conversation.
May well be, yeah. I just me personally watching that challenge. That's a silly it's a forwards challenge. He's trying to do the press, and he's got it wrong. Now, my view is that doesn't need to be a red card. I understand technically under the current laws it is, but I don't think it needs to be.
Do you know? If Virgil's foot was planted, that's a leg breaker. That's a leg breaker.
Well,
let's move on, Andy. Let's move on.
Can I just make one point about it? You've got a Liverpool, a Man City, and a Man United fan all in agreement that it probably is a red.
Fair enough.
I think that probably tells you it's a red.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't care. It's that neither of them are my team. I don't care who wins, but I'm just the point. I'm just making the point that in my eyes, it's not a red. But anyway, we can have a different opinion. That's what makes the world go round, mate.
Exactly.
You're not a referee then,
But yeah.
Go back to the 70s, man. We'll go back to the 70s. The hard man game, yeah.
Everyone's too soft these days. That's the problem. But yeah.
Andy, you would have
bring back Norman Hunter. I'd have got sent off every week if that was a red card.
Do you know, Andy? Tell you what, right? You make me think of one player who went through the wars in his game, Terry Butcher.
Yeah. With the bandage head, bloody the bandage. Yeah.
Yeah, he was soft compared to Chopper Harris and all them other guys.
Yeah.
Guys, so
Pallister.
Yeah. I remember watching Jimmy Case. Jimmy Case for Liverpool was a nut. He was an absolute nutcracker. He was.
He was a nutter.
I've played against Jimmy Case. He's a proper hard nut.
God. All right, guys. Looking towards this weekend, guys. Let me go to Drew. Drew, what are you looking forward this weekend to watch the most? Which games will stand out to you?
I mean, Liverpool Arsenal is obviously going to be the highlight, I think, in terms of what we're going to see this weekend. Burnley United's an interesting game. Obviously, I've got to support Burnley because of the misses.
No, you haven't.
My wife's a Burnley supporter. I've got to support her.
Yeah, he's got to support her. Okay. I think
City Brighton's going to be a difficult one because we don't look the whole ticket. When Brighton click, Brighton can be absolute dynamite. Quite honestly,
I see goals. I see goals in that game. Brighton City. There'll be goals in that game.
Yeah,
both sides. That could be a 2-2 or a 3-2. That game.
Yeah. That game's pretty much the reason I haven't done my predictions for the week yet, because I don't know what I think in that game.
Well, I've officially changed my Man United Burnley from Burnley to win 2-1 to United to win 2-1. So I've switched it around.
You
Come
put
on,
me
United. Let's get
away.
in there, son. Yeah, I've changed it. It's got to happen, mate.
3-1.
Otherwise, I think they honestly look to get rid of this guy if he doesn't start winning games. It's just fine margins. It's there and thereabouts. They just need something to take them over the line. If he doesn't win this weekend, there's going to be hell, fire, and brimstone in Manchester.
It's not the manager, it's the players, man.
Finish off, Drew.
Yeah, no, everything's coming down to that Liverpool Arsenal game this weekend. I'm intrigued by that. Personally, I think Liverpool should absolutely take Arsenal apart if Liverpool are at the races.
3-1 Arsenal.
I just don't see it.
I think I'm on a draw. Liverpool Arsenal. I think it'd be a draw.
That'd be a draw. I mean, I think it'd be a draw. But the bottom line is, we've got to play. We actually have to play 4-4-2. We never play 4-4-2. But the way we defend, we've got to have. I mean, Gravenberch will be back anyway, so he'll be covered. But we got to keep our wingers down, man. We got to keep them back. They got to defend against Arsenal.
Are you buying any new defenders?
Yeah, because
Gay's the only is the central one that we're looking at. But right now it's gone quiet on him and it's gone quiet on Isak. So we don't know what the owners are looking to do right now.
Remember, Arsenal don't have Saka or possibly Odegaard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. I mean,
they've got decent replacements, but Saka is a big miss for Arsenal.
Yeah, man.
No, you're right. Attacking wise, they are weaker. But what you got to look at is the mistakes that we've made in the first two games. Yeah, and we've made those mistakes against teams that we should be beating anyway without an issue. Arsenal are more on our level.
Yeah, but Newcastle at their ground.
But can you imagine if Saka was playing against Kirkes? He'd absolutely destroy him.
He would do, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got to look at what Kirkes is doing. Kirkes is Trent as a defender, but on the opposite side, he's too high up.
So now he's got to face now Madueke and Eze and Max Dowman.
Yeah,
that's who he's got to face. And trust me, that's no easy feat.
No, the thing is, he's up to it if he remembers how to defend. Yeah, because he did well at Bournemouth. Yeah, but at Liverpool now, it's like Slaughter said to him, just run up the wing, stay there, don't have to worry about defending because we've got three players that will cover you. Yeah, and then he said the same to Frimpong on the opposite side. Yeah. And then that just leaves Kanate, who he looks like he's trying to get sent off, and Van Dijk.
Yeah,
Van Dijk is slow right now.
I think personally for me, Arsenal are still in their infancy. Gyökeres didn't have a preseason and looked unfit against United. It looked better last week. And I think as the weeks go on, his fitness is getting up to par.
You can't compare him. Say that Gyökeres was a better player against Leeds because it's Leeds. That's not really a test for him.
It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is, mate. It's the Premier League. I don't care who we play. I'm talking about the player and his fitness. And he definitely struggled in week 1. He looked better in week 2. And he's had a good training this week. And the manager says that he's there or thereabouts now. And last week he made 44 runs into the box beyond the defenders, which was the most out of any striker last week in the Premier League. So he's primed there. We just need to be able to, because for us it's a change of system. We're not used to playing that way. There's a level of directness in his game that we're just not accustomed to. So all of that just takes time. When I step back and look at it, I still think we're trying to figure it out with some of the new guys, and those new guys go right through the spine. That cog in the midfield, Zubimendi, all the way up to Gyökeres. It's a big change for us.
I don't think Gyökeres. What I've noticed with Gyökeres is when he's
there's no G, mate. There's no G.
Gyökeres.
Why?
But what I did notice when he has a good tackle on him, he gets a bit rattled. I don't think he deals well with physical defenders.
Well, he's a very physical striker, so that for me, that's a match made in heaven.
I don't think he's as physical as what we think he is.
No,
We're looking at it. Oh, he's 6'3". He must be a big physical lad. No.
Well, we're about to find out against Anfield. We're about to find out this weekend.
We found out when he was playing the Championship, and he wasn't the best striker in the Championship, getting knocked about by big people.
He has developed since then, though.
That was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, no, he's developed. I just don't think he's the done deal, but a lot of people think he is.
I thought he was a bit. He wasn't looking great, but the goal he scored, the Arsenal's third goal against Leeds, his first goal in the match.
Yeah.
That was a very, very good goal. The way he broke down the wing and then cut back inside and took his shot. That showed good power and pace. And I appreciate it was Leeds. I appreciate it was Leeds, so I'm not getting carried away. But there were signs there that there's something for him to build on. I think that goal.
Yeah, and that's his game really. Liverpool, Spurs and Bournemouth interest me quite a bit, and so does Chelsea Fulham. You never quite know what you're getting when it comes to Chelsea Fulham. It's a local derby for them. So I think there's some really interesting games there. I'm not Villa Palace. I don't know. That
Spurs go top of the league.
Well, if there's a draw, if it's a 2-2 draw at Arsenal Liverpool, then definitely yeah. But I think there's something, and I've said this many times before. The way Arteta sets his team up against City and Liverpool has been fantastic. Neither team has beaten us in the last 3 seasons. And the Liverpool game at Anfield at the end of last year, we were down to our bare bones in injuries. We had Marino up front. We had Jakub Kivior as centre-back. Half of our midfield was decimated. We had to take Rice off after 50 minutes. But yet we still came out with a 2-2 draw in a game I thought that we were going to lose. But it was just matchup. It's just Arteta knows how to create those overloads in the midfields and those mismatches, and he just gets the best out of those teams. And I think I'm really looking forward to this Anfield game, to be honest with you, because we haven't done well there in a while. It's been a long time since we left there without a win. And you know, I can't wait to see this develop. I really can't. I just want to see Eze play. I just want to see him let loose. He's different class, man. He's absolute different class. So
we'll see.
Yeah. Who haven't I done for week 3?
Me.
Have I spoken to Andy and Garfield? Garfield, what's your thoughts on week 3, mate?
I've done my predictions. Looking forward to Sunday dinner and the Liverpool game. Looking forward to who else? Leeds Newcastle, just because of the rivalry. Man United. I don't know if to just go out and do something during that game. Villa Palace I'm looking forward to, because it's a decent. It's one of them games, you know, where it's getting all depressing time. You got work the next day, but it's a 7 p.m. So it's a good finish to the weekend. But it will be a good game. That.
Palace could nick a win there, you know.
That could go either way. That could.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Liverpool, Arsenal, obviously, they are the two who's going to finish first and second. You ain't going to know nothing from this game. You're not going to know nothing from Liverpool playing at the Emirates. It's going to go down to the wire this season again. Goal difference.
Yeah. So when we had our show previously, we didn't hear from Drew and Andy about their top 4 predictions. So I just want to go through that now, because everybody had their say on who they thought was going to win the league. Probably hasn't changed between most of us now. But can I go to Drew and find out what your top 4 prediction is?
I'll do it in order. Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea.
City.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
I genuinely think we're a better team than Arsenal still. I think we were a better team than Arsenal last season. It's just the injuries we had. Yeah, Arsenal and other teams will say about all the injuries they get. When you're missing World Player of the Year, and quite honestly, the best midfielder in the Premier League in Rodri, that makes a hell of a lot of a difference compared to missing your third choice centre back.
It does.
Can I ask you?
The only thing I wasn't happy with was Foden voted PF Player of the Year, and he just
When?
didn't turn up for you lot.
When was he voted that?
2 years
2
ago.
years ago.
2 years, yeah, 2 years ago. But
last year,
Yeah.
you're looking at your best player, well, the league's best player essentially, to turn up when the injuries are happening, and he didn't. And it was
That's because he's at Chelsea, mate. That's because he's at Chelsea.
Can I ask you a question, Drew? Do you think Rodri is going to get back to the level he was pre-injury? Because often when players have ACLs, they don't come back.
It's a good question.
They don't come back to the same level.
Plus, you haven't
Honestly,
got KDB either.
I hope he does,
Shouldn't have even won the Ballon d'Or.
but it's going to be tough.
I mean, there's a long history of players who've never been the same after an ACL.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't mean to say he's not going to be. He's not still a very good player, but just when you're at that level, if you lose a little bit, it can drop.
I think we'll probably see him transition more into just being a holding player, not the all-action kind of player he has been.
Yeah.
It's just going to be win the ball, lay it off, win the ball, lay it off.
Yeah, I think it will take a season before he gets back to his best. I don't think his best this season. Next season, he will. But
he reads the game so well. He reads the game extremely well.
Yeah, but reading the game and then what your body can actually do, or what you're afraid might happen to your body after an ACL injury. Different play. It's going to be a different play.
It's more when you come back. You can do more damage when you're.
Yeah, he has to look after himself.
Injury and you're hesitant and.
Exactly.
You it again.
So
you end up getting associated injuries, and you get little niggles here and there, and
exactly. You're compensating, and what will happen? As I said, you've got to give him a season now. I don't think he'll be that great this season. He'll be good.
No.
I don't think he'll be great. Give him 2026 when he's had a year of playing after the.
Then that makes me wonder how strong City will actually be this year. If Rodri's not, if they already look a little bit iffy. I mean, for Spurs to do what we did to them last week, they look a little bit iffy at the back.
I'm going to say one thing controversial here, though. Spurs were the better team. They were. Spurs did deserve to win.
Yeah,
but I don't.
You could have won the game. You could have won the game if you'd put your chances away.
Well, if we put our chances away, and also if VAR and refereeing look down the middle of the game, although that goes both ways, VAR and the refereeing last weekend was shocking. Both ways.
Yeah, the keeper could have been sent off for his challenge on Kudus, though.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh yeah, no, he should have been.
Yeah,
he genuinely should have been. So it was a mishmash of poor decisions, that game. We didn't deserve to win it, though.
So Drew, you're about to get what is probably unofficially the best goalkeeper in the world. How do you think that's going to change your fortunes? I love him. I think he's brilliant.
Well, someone said to me the other day, "Oh, it's not really fair on Trafford, though, is it?" Right, I'm going to put it out there. I actually don't care. Yes, I want Trafford to be the best goalkeeper in the world at some point in his career. But if you've got a chance to sign Donnarumma at the age of 26 for under 50 million,
that's ridiculous.
I'm biting your hand off. Yeah. I don't care who your keeper is that you already have.
That's Onana money. Yeah, that's Onana money. Isn't it? That's Onana money.
Onana's worth that much.
That's how much they
I thought it was only 20. I thought it was 26 million.
It's 27 we're going to end up paying.
Okay. Oh,
well,
wow.
I mean, that's peanuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go to Andy. Andy, what's your thoughts? Top four. Who have you got in there? You like Spurs right now?
Yeah, but I do like this look of us. But I mean, you can't get carried away after 2 games. If we're still there after 15, 18 games, then okay, let's talk about it. But realistically, the top three are probably going to be the top three again. If anyone might struggle to stay in the top three, I see Liverpool and Arsenal being the top two. I see Liverpool and Arsenal vying for the title. I find it really, really hard to predict Arsenal winning the title, even though I've got a horrible feeling they might. But I'm going to go with Liverpool because I just can't predict Arsenal to win it. But I think it will be very, very tight. So I think Liverpool, Arsenal, City, and then I think Spurs and Chelsea will fight for fourth. So I think that will be the top five, in my opinion.
I'm glad you said that because I don't trust Chelsea's defence. I just don't think they have the defence to put in a title challenge. I really don't.
Well, not without Colwill, because Colwill's got a bad injury, isn't he?
Yeah, agreed. And we know what Reece James's injury record's like. You can't depend on him. And Cucurella,
they're stacked in midfield and up front, but to me, I'm surprised they haven't bought a stronger defensive player. That's quite a surprise to me.
They're still
right. Anyway, they still could have. They still could, of course.
Yep. Excellent. Right, let's get some closing comments here, guys. Let's go with Neil. Neil's been waiting, and then we'll go with Garfield, Drew, and then Andy for closing thoughts. Neil, what's your closing comments? What would you like to see this weekend?
I'd love us to sort out our defence and actually win the game. I see that game as a draw, to be honest. Purely from the mistakes that we've been making in the past two games. If we can sort our defence out, I think we'll win it. But it's going to be a score draw, so it'll be a 1-1 or a 2-2.
Excellent. And the thing is, I'm hoping Arsenal having the best defence in the league for the last 2 years. I hope that we go up there and put in a defensive stalwart for that game. It's been a while since we've done that. We've let so many games slip with Liverpool coming back in the last minute of the game to nick a point. I think we need to stamp our. That's the game for me where we need to stamp our authority. If we don't go to Anfield and win, people are not going to take us serious for title contenders. That's my thoughts on that game.
That's just one game.
I think a draw is a good result for you.
It's one game for you, but to us, it's completely something different, mate. When you come runners up 3 years in a row, it's not just one game for us, mate. You got to, in order to beat the Giants, you got to kill the Giant, and that's what we're trying to do. Garfield, what's your thoughts on this weekend? Final thoughts?
Well, United winning 3 points.
I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. I love Match of the Day. I've watched it from when I was 8. I'm 53. Okay, it'll be nice for one Saturday night to order a Chinese, watch Match of the Day, and see a United win. Even if it's 1-0 penalty, just to watch Match of the Day rather than having to ignore it. And
he's right. He's totally right.
I hate it, man.
Who actually watches Match of the Day when you lose? I don't.
When I get up early in the morning because my wife's getting up for work at 5 in the morning and Match of the Day comes on at 6:30, 7. I want to be able to just have Marmite on toast and watch it, you know?
Put your feet up, have your drink on the side. Yeah.
So before we go to Drew, I'm more of a Brian Moore, the big match on Sundays fan than I was growing up as a Jimmy Hill fan on Match of the Day.
Man U, easy win.
Excellent. Drew, what would you like to see this weekend?
I'd like to see City decimate Brighton, but I just don't think it'll happen. I think we're going to get a draw. Obviously, I want Burnley to beat United because it keeps the wife happy.
Hey, you can keep her happy in a different way, bro.
PG, keep it PG, mate. Keep it PG.
That's just effort, and it means I've got to stay sober on a Saturday night.
No chance, then, yeah.
Yeah, not happening. No, I think this has got a good feel about it though this weekend, and I think it will be a great game between Liverpool and Arsenal. So hopefully Liverpool win. I don't say it very often.
You say that thing. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I hopefully Liverpool win. I don't say that very often, but I just don't like Arteta, so I'm quite happy to see Arsenal lose.
I was hoping that you was going to say the same thing as Andy, which is you're hoping for a draw because to get you back up into the game. Spurs win, and Liverpool draw.
We
Spurs
got bored of
win the
winning the Premier League too many times with you as runners up.
Yeah, they probably did. They probably did. What
Come
about
on,
you,
Tat,
Andy?
Tat.
What are you looking forward to seeing this weekend, Andy? Even though I probably just predicted it.
Well, obviously a nice Spurs win tomorrow against Bournemouth would be nice. I don't want to get carried away because Bournemouth proved at Anfield that they are, Semenyo and those lads on the break are very, very good counter-attacking team. And so we're going to need to have our wits about us. But the way we've started, the team look confident and they look like they know what their jobs are and they know what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I'm fairly confident that we can get a result at home tomorrow. And if that happens, then we put the pressure on Liverpool and Arsenal on Sunday to win the game to get back to the top. Otherwise, we'll sit there for 2 weeks over the international break, which would be nice.
Yeah, and then we get Saka back after that, so that's good news. All right, guys, listen, I appreciate your time tonight. It was really fun having you guys back. We'll at least try and do it every couple of weeks and catch
Good
up.
to see you all.
But yeah, definitely. Have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy the football.
Oh, bye.